You don't know the way.
Yes, I
Do you know the way?
What's up, guys, and welcome back to another Geek Essentials video. So today I have some Gears of War stuff for you. This is one of my favorite franchises of all time. And a couple episodes in the Game Talk podcast, Rambo, myself, and Brimstone discussed a little bit about the Coalition and the Gears of War series in general. So I figured I'd clip that part of the podcast out for you guys so you could see what I have to say, Brim has to say, and Rambo has to say. Pete is there. He just kind of stays out of the Gears conversation. I guess it's not really his thing. But as Pete does say, that we have a quality operation going on there. So you may hear some random stuff that doesn't have to do with Gears or Coalition. That's just the Game Talk podcast. Which, by the way, if you don't know where to find the podcast or don't listen to it, I'll leave a link in the description so you can come catch us live every Wednesday and Friday at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 8 o'clock Arizona time. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching and enjoy podcast. So I had to mute myself real quick.
What? His
Now
name's
she knows
Rick.
who you are.
Like Ric Flair.
It's Rick James, bitch.
So,
That's
do you guys have anything on the docket for tonight?
well.
Well, go ahead, Rambo.
I mean, good. Like there was good, bad news all like the day of each other from Xbox camp.
He might be bringing up what I had found then.
Oh, talking about the Coalition.
Nope.
This week in Twitter.
The
Yeah.
Coalition. It was leaked that they were working on a new IP and not Gears, and everybody was getting like freaking excited. We finally, Microsoft has took their head out of their ass and is going to allow their studios to make more than one IP. It'd be great, that way maybe they could get a good hit and revamp the Xbox. Next day, Aaron Greenberg comes out and says, "Nope, Coalition is exclusively for Gears." I'm like, oh, okay, well, shit. Sorry, that's bad news.
So it's just a Gears of War studio then.
Yeah. They're not ever going to make another IP.
Is Coalition okay with that though? Like,
I don't
They're
know.
a Microsoft company.
They have to be okay with it because they were first Black Tusk,
yeah.
and they actually were working on an IP for Xbox, and then Microsoft bought Black Tusk and turned him in, and they turned their name into the Coalition, and then they say, "Here, the only thing you're doing is Gears of War."
But you know what I mean, though. Like, I mean, yeah, we know they're contracted to be this one thing, this one trick pony for Microsoft. But I wonder, like, has anybody actually asked them, like, "Hey, like, are you good with this?" Like, seriously.
Well, I think the only answer you would get would be the standard reply of, "Oh, we're passionate about Gears, and that's what we want to work on." Because I think that they're programmed to say that, not to.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're right.
But I mean, I can't imagine any artist willing just to shoehorn themselves into one project.
Yeah, see, me neither. That's what I'm thinking. That's
artist.
Exactly how I'm looking at it. Is there's no fucking way that I don't care how good the money is, you could not pay me. I mean, maybe for the first couple of games, sure, because that's my learning stages and shit. That's where I'm learning different things. But like from that point on, for the rest of my life, as long as I'm on that team to work on Gears, you gotta be no fucking way.
There's still so much story to be told, though. There really is. I mean,
oh, absolutely. But like, it just seems to me like these guys kind of just don't know what they got themselves into. Like it's kind of weird.
If it's from an artist perspective, I mean, I'm not anywhere near an artist, but as long as they were like keeping it fresh, like for instance with Gears 4, that had a longer story. The story had more twists. The attention to detail was like no other Gears of War game. I mean, so it seems to me that they're really adding new layers to the series. Now, I know, like, as far as like the whole artist thing goes, the furthest I get is like instruments and music. And I know if I'm adding little tiny parts to each riff or whatever chorus, that it gets better and better as time goes on. So,
But you really feel like they added anything?
Oh God, Rambo, how long
They
has it
haven't
been
added.
since you
They haven't
played
added
1 through 3?
but they haven't added a gun since 1 through 3. You're
Really?
still playing with the exact same guns you're playing with that
Bro,
you
are
played
we
with
really
in
gonna
Gears 1.
Rambo, hold on. Are you really gonna hang on to that bullshit? Really?
What?
Are you really gonna hang on to the retardation of, oh well, they haven't changed guns in so long, so what's the point of playing it? Are you really gonna
No,
use
it's
that?
no.
Okay.
I'm saying that they haven't. No, I'm saying that's like that. Like that's one of the integral parts of that game, and that has not changed at all.
I think that's coming.
And
I mean,
I don't know what part of the story you saw that was different than the other stories. Like the only thing that I noticed is that they added more fucking horde modes to the damn story.
No, I'm not so much talking about the gameplay. I'm talking about the actual story that they're telling you.
It was to me. I don't know. I found Gears 4 to be like one of the worst Gears. Like I would put it up there close to Judgment.
See, I don't know. Like
It was a boring ass story. Like it was
tell me that
pointless.
the end of that game though, where you get to see that like JD has got himself in a pile of shit that you don't know if he's going to be able to work his way out of. Being interested
care.
in, you didn't care that.
No, I didn't. I did not give a shit. I did not. I wish JD actually would have got killed in the whole damn story. I would have rather played as that girl than JD. JD is about as interesting as Oprah Winfrey.
JD is pretty dull, but the reason I say with JD anyway, because his love interest now in the franchise is the chick that's related to the bad guys. Why is that not
because the whole story was told from that lady's perspective and it wasn't even JD's story, but yet you had to play as JD. It was her story. We were being told her story through the whole game. But yet we were playing as JD. Like he was just the only thing he was just a tool the whole time. He was never a main part of the story ever.
You did hear parts of no, they were parts of Marcus Phoenix through JD.
Yeah, it was about Marcus. It was either about the little bit that JD told about Marcus or about that girl. It was never about JD. Like JD is just JD. It's almost like they just didn't know what to do with the story, and they were like, "Okay, well, we'll give him a son that we've never heard about in the first 3 series."
Oh, yeah, it definitely wouldn't have worked with Marcus. They needed a tool. I mean, and I guess they could
have just went with her. I would have been happy if they went with her. I mean, it would have made the story more believable or more entertaining to me, because you would have been playing as the character they're talking about, as the character that's going through all the turmoil. JD was just there as like somebody to hold her weapons. He was like a caddy. Like I felt that he was just a waste of energy. Like he was a safe bet. That's the reason why they put JD in there. The reason why they didn't write the story into her thing is because they didn't want to piss off the Phoenix fans, so they made JD Phoenix.
Yeah, I could see that.
But what I find is funny is remember, a lot of people had a huge problem with Uncharted 4, where all of a sudden Nate's long lost brother comes back, and he's never mentioned his brother in 3 Uncharted's. Now this is his brother that he thought was, because the story was told, and they actually gave the big backstory about his brother was in prison, and they thought he died. The whole backstory was given in Uncharted 4. In Gears of War 4, all of a sudden you're introduced to a child that you never knew this motherfucker had that's already 20 some odd years old. Where the hell did JD ever come from? You never knew Marcus even had a love interest. You never knew Marcus had a kid. You just all of a sudden Marcus just has a kid that's 22 years old and in the army. It's just to me it's just kind of, it was a very strange twist. It was a very safe bet for Coalition. I probably won't buy Gears of War 5.
Well, what if they did all that shit to set up 5?
But that's exactly what they did. But the thing is, though, is that if I guarantee it, we're still playing as JD. If we have to play as JD, I won't buy it, because JD, like I said, is there's more interesting stuff on this Rockstar can than in JD's body. JD is just boring. They didn't even give a backstory as to how he even came about. He was just there.
Then
like,
maybe the next game will be like a JD spinoff, and then we'll get 5.
maybe. I mean, I don't know. They should have tried to, like in 4, tried to explain how JD became Marcus's son. You know,
Well,
had some
see,
sort
Rainbow,
of.
when a man and a woman really love each other.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, when did this take place? You know, I mean, like they're at least with.
And when your wiener gets hard, it's the female's job to touch your wiener.
I mean, it's just I don't know. It's just kind of weird. Like
And
it was a safe bet on Coalition's part. I don't honestly. I think they're running out of ideas for Gears. And
yeah, I could talk about Gears like all day. I absolutely, after playing within a month's time or 20 something days time, playing through 1 through 4, that is almost my favorite series of all time, underneath the Batman Arkham series. I mean, I love it. The story is, like I said, I could talk about it all fucking day. But Cyrus,
he touches
it's not.
himself. Touches himself to the game.
I would love to see, like, I mean, to make Gears of War good, I would have to, like, Naughty Dog would have to get a hold of it.
A PlayStation developer, you say?
No, just a good developer.
Okay, where's the last